We're at the final part of the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 commentary. Beta part, anyway. So we're at part 6, and pretty much we're showing off everything that we didn't get to see originally, or at least the other half of the stuff that I couldn't show due to time restraints. But, yeah, this is what was supposed to be Genocide City Zone, or, as the original Japanese concept says, Cyber City, which pretty much is supposed to be the future version of, what is it, Chemical Plant Zone? Like, Chemical Plant's supposed to be, like, totally blown up and ripped to shreds, but all I see here are a whole bunch of jeweled background. I don't know what was the concept of that, but whatever. And Act 2's exactly the same. There's no reason to go into it. No, literally, there's no reason to go into Act 2. It's exactly the same stuff. And even if you try messing around with the debugger, you can't really get anything out of this. So, yeah, sorry if you were trying to get something awesome. Death Egg Zone, which is supposed to be the Death Star, apparently, but of the Sonic generation. Yeah, again, it's nothing but the tiling of the background, according to the old Sonic 2 beta page, like when Simon Y was originally running it, he said that this was supposed to be the Neo Green Hill Zone, or as it's called in the final version, Aquatic Ruin type design, like in the back. Yeah, the background was supposed to have the Aquatic Ruin type design, which I can see where that's going, but I don't really see it all together. But enough of that. Special stage you can't even access at all. Why is that even available? Because, I mean, this game was strictly made from Sonic the Hedgehog, so I'm figuring that the special stage would have been the Sonic 1 special stage, because the Sonic 2 special stage was still being worked on at this point. So I'm figuring they just didn't make it available because of the game freezing on us. Nevertheless, this is Casino Night Zone, at least the old version. Too much pink! Yes! I love pink! Pink is a color of playfulness! It's awesome, dang it! Shut up, Uneven Roya. I'll get to your Uneven Roya Rockwood 5 later. I want to talk now! Not right now. Duck you! I digress. Oh god! I didn't even notice that you could die in this stage. Well, with the debugger, I didn't think that you could actually fall into a bottomless pit in this area. Nevertheless, what you're actually supposed to do is you're supposed to take the upper route, where you can now go to the slot machines and whatnot. Now, I do get what they were going with. Lewis, aka Solaris Paradox of Brain Scratch Comms, he had mentioned that pretty much the background design here is strictly supposed to be like it's supposed to be what Sonic Adventure 6 Vivid Sound Hybrid Colors did with Tropical Resort Zone, except that it's supposed to be like Las Vegas in the sense that the entire foreground and background are cards. In the final version, you'll see what they did with this stage, and you'll notice it's completely, utterly revamped to a point that I actually don't like the modern version of Casino Night. I prefer the version of Casino Night that they released for Sonic Adventure 7, Sonic Generations of White Space Time, and Adventures of Blue Generations. But I just don't like the final version of Sonic 2's Casino Night. I preferred this one over the final one. I don't know why they didn't make that. And yeah, that was actually another problem with this stage, along with many others in the old Sonic betas. Like, by the time we were getting around to, like, near the final version of Sonic 1, at least the final versions of the beta itself, we noticed that these glitches with the... Okay, you can't walk through the tunnel. We noticed that a lot of the loops had pretty much been, like, completely unusable. Very questionable, I do know, because I'm wondering, like, why were the, how come you could actually run through a loop when you get halfway? I never, for the life of me, could understand that, and I think that there was supposed to be more to this game than there was originally intended to, because why else would the stage design be much more longer? Act 2 is pretty much the same thing as what Act 2 in the final version will be, and I don't want to really shut it off. And why did I go into Hilltop? Okay, that's much better. So, Hidden Palace Zone now uses the Mystic Cave Act 2, no, not Mystic Cave Act 2. Mystic Cave 2-player music, and my video editor is actually messing up as I'm watching this raw, so it just jump cut to somewhere, and oh yeah, by the way, even if you get the Miles 1-up here as Sonic, this is like really one of the only Miles 1-ups that are in the final betas of the game, at least this time in Wai Demo anyways. But even if Sonic gets the Miles 1-up, Sonic will still gain an extra chance. As you just saw there, Sonic has 4 chances. It's pretty awesome if I do say so myself. I like having 1-ups when I need to, especially in an ancient level such as this. If you think of it though, you see those little openings in the background that sort of look like faces with a teardrop or whatever? This is actually the inner part to Mystic Cave Zone. Yeah, I've been doing lots of background research, and thanks to my research, oh yeah, this jump is still pretty cocky. It's pretty hard. It's a pretty cocky jump to do only because it's hard to nail off. Nevertheless, yeah, I did some research, looked into the background a bit, yeah. This is what is on the inside of Mystic Cave Zone when you go very further in. When you go into that little blue background with all those little pieces. And the Master Emerald's still unbreakable. No matter what you do, Sonic can even teabag the Master Emerald. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm actually trying to go through the tube. You actually can't jump on the Master Emerald or whatever. You have to use the debugger. Then again, there really isn't really too much here to see. One thing I actually forgot to mention in Part 5, or you probably might have already noticed it, but when Sonic spin dashes into a wall, Sonic will actually not, and I stress, he will not do that collision animation that originally he was able to do in the original alpha. The Nick Arcade demo, if you're wondering. If you haven't been checking my LP, yes, Nick Arcade demo that had the collision detection problem. Well, it's not even a problem because that was actually a fun gimmick. Sonic was totally invincible during the time that he gets hit when he runs into that wall. Honestly, I would have actually liked that for certain parts of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and 3. Like when I was a kid playing this at like the age of 5 or 6, I do remember a few times where I might run into a wall, but I might end up getting hit by the enemy that's behind me, just because I ran into the wall and there's a projectile attack coming right towards me, and there's no way I can avoid it. Well, without debugger anyway. But how would I have known about the? Oh yeah, drowning music. Forgot about this. If the drowning music occurs, Emerald Hill Zone's music starts playing, and if you get 100 rings, this plays. Yeah, this is the old version of Death Egg Zone. This is Death Egg Zone's older music. I prefer this over the original, over the final version, sorry, but I see where they were going with this. I understand how... What the heck just hit my invincibility monitor? Was that you, Miles? Yeah, I don't call Tails Tails. I call him Miles, dang it. Also, another thing, if you don't already know about how the debugger works, you can place basically anything, whether it be an enemy, a projectile, platform, they could break. You can even place certain parts of the level in so you can have an edited level. And thanks to emulation from like 1997 and 1999, you can actually make complete new levels, give people the save state, and yeah, it's awesome. Act 2 is pretty much the same thing, except all the enemies and rings are gone. Nevertheless, here is the zone that I was talking about, Metropolis Zone Act 3. Now, originally, Cyber City was supposed to be Metropolis Zone Act 3. Like, Cyber City was supposed to be this one-act zone. However, that never really came to be, sadly. this is actually what I was talking about. This is a little elevator thing, which, yeah, it can kill you depending on if it touches you from the right-hand side or not. But yeah, it keeps pushing along, and this actually would have made the level much more bearable and much more longer in terms of, like, time and awesomeness. But then again, 10 minutes was the time limit. I still beat this stage in less than 10 minutes, but then again. Oh yeah, this is a very Dick Cheney-ish area to avoid. You don't want to run all the way down, because one thing I forgot to mention too is the spike bug from Sonic 1 is still present. Like, in Sonic 1, what would happen is if you hit spikes, and you then hit more spikes as you're invincible, you would actually still get hit. In fact, I show it off right here. See, I'm supposed to be invincible, right? And you can't touch me? No! Nothing! Nothing is supposed to touch Sonic when he's invincible. Not even spikes. Thank God they took that glitch out. They finally fixed that for the final version, but still, this is pretty annoying in my opinion. I do not like having to get hit by spikes when I'm invincible. That was actually a bad glitch in my opinion. I mean, okay, it has sometimes saved me, but when you're invincible after you get hit, even with that spin dash into the wall collision thing in Sonic Alpha, Nick Arcade, you couldn't gain any rings during the time that you got hit and the time that you land. So during that entire time, you couldn't collect any rings, and you die a pretty dang lot in the demos. And if you have died a lot in Sonic 1, well, there's your answer as to why. Also, funny thing with this one particular area, I'm figuring that Spring Yard Zone also had this, because Sonic the Hedgehog, if you saw my Sonic the Hedgehog playthrough, you would have noticed that same glitch was actually there. I don't know what that's from, but apparently there are some bottomless pits that you can actually walk around in. That was not present in the original Sonic the Hedgehog, but it's present in the Hedgehog and this game. That is amazing. Nevertheless, you go through those tunnels, and now you get this. Yeah, this little platform actually takes you all the way to the end of the stage. There is no boss, there is no level complete thing, there is no signpost. So, enjoy Sonic's head bobbing as we get to the end of the stage. And there's actually one more thing I wanted to show off before I actually say goodbye to Sonic 2 Simon Wai Demo for good on the channel, at least. Because I don't think I'll ever be going back to this, except for probably a few extra videos, I don't know. Excuse me. By the way, for those of you who are wondering how to enable the debugger, you have to, at the title screen, you have to press the C button 4 times, or whatever you have the C button as. Yeah, so Genesis button C 4 times, then press up, down 4 times, and then up, hold A, press start, and select your level. That's pretty much all you have to do. And now the final thing, probably the most awesome thing, which became of the final version, is 2-player mode! Yes! 2-player mode is definitely one of the favorite things of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, in my opinion. And thanks to the PlayStation 3, we finally have the online mode. Thank you, Sega, or at least Backbone Entertainment, for making an online mode that's actually functional. But you still messed up our jump functions, dang it. I want my Genesis controls back. But I'll get to Backbone Entertainment when I get the chance. I won't deal with them now, because right now I'm finishing up Sonic 2 Beta. But yeah, to enable 2-player mode, I think you do have to have the debugger unlocked, but you have to select any stage that does not, I stress, does not have water, and then you hold down the B button and press start. So yeah, hold down B and press start on any level that doesn't have water whatsoever, and you will pretty much go to something like this. Split screen 2-player. I honestly do feel sad though that they made the split screen so wide that you could barely see what's on the screen, but you know. Nevertheless, that's the Sonic 2 beta demo, and I will see you for part 7 when we finally get to Sonic the Hedgehog 2. See you then!